Yeah guys, I thought I'd make a quick video on how to get this shifter knob and boot off. I couldn't find much around YouTube about it. A couple of videos that sort of showed a little bit, but weren't very obvious that's why you would pick them in the description. But anyway, so basically you can do it with a butter knife, so that's not too hard. Obviously when it's in the car, slightly different. I'm just shining in here because I've got crap lighting out in the garage, but obviously you'll want to just, when it's in your car, this is obviously all connected into your console, so you just basically want to pull this up. So put your fingers inside the soft part of the leather here, and just it gives you enough just to be able to pull this section up. Once you do that, just leave it sit there loose for the time being. Mine's kind of a little bit disconnected at the moment because I haven't connected it all back in properly, but obviously in yours it'll be all nice and flush and looking right. Now with the butter knife, basically, sorry about the noise, just move that section around. With the butter knife, you just want to get into this little gap here. Mind you, this is for a MK6 GTI. This section here, sorry, I'm doing it on a MK6 GTI. This gear shifter whole module is actually from a Polo, but I think they're pretty much the same. So I bought this, was advertised from a Polo. I just bought it because I need the shift knob. But anyway, this is the shift knob from my old car. Anyway, so once you get in there with the butter knife, you just pop it into this little slit here. You can literally just pop that up, pretty simple. Just grab that and lift it up out of the way. Once you're inside, you'll see a little, sorry about the noise, get that out of the way. Okay, once you're inside, you'll see there's a little pin, little white pin that gets lifted up, which is obviously the locking release. This little guy right here, this little white thing that this pin lifts when you pull the trigger on the gear lever. Pull the trigger in and literally just knock that little white guy off, and it'll basically just pop back down inside the sorry, I just hit the camera then. Just pop back down inside the shifter knob, and then the button is just on a spring, so that just will sit inward like that, sitting up how it is at the moment. Once that's off, the part that I was a little bit couldn't figure out for a bit was how to actually release the pin. So obviously you pull this whole thing up over the top of the shift boot. That'll really reveal the sort of little pins, what do you call it, like the clip system here. I'm just going to take this off for now. Now this little clip system was a bit confusing. I wasn't quite sure how it actually all worked. Looked a bit complicated, but it's actually really bloody simple. So it'll be a little bit loose, but you can literally just get your fingers under this. So I'll try and do this so it doesn't block the camera. Try and get your fingers under this section here. Pretty easy when it's in the car, honestly. And you just lift it up and it'll click. So it just clicks up and down. So you just lift it with your fingers, bang, it clicks up, and that basically just releases the clip. And then you literally just yank this shifter knob off. It can be a little bit tough. I left the boot down and just grabbed the top and pulled it up, but literally it takes a bit of effort. You just got to pull the sucker off. Yeah, it comes off. Sorry about the noise. So that's about it, how to get that guy off. That's obviously usually sitting inside this guy. If you're taking, so that's just the cover for the gear selector, but if you're taking the shift boot off of the cover that you have on yours and you're just replacing the boot and knob, God, be super careful with these clips inside here. This is ridiculously brittle. Luckily this was my one that I was getting rid of or replacing it. I did break one of the clips. It's super easy to break. Basically it's mounted under these, if I can get the camera there, this is like little plastic hooks, like flat plate hooks, and the cover sits under these and then is sandwiched inside. It's pretty tricky. It doesn't seem hard to get out, but stuff breaks in here real super easy. So the one I actually put in was second hand. The reason I was replacing mine is because the top of my gear knob here is all chipped up, all the chrome bits have come off. everything will look a bit crappy. The one I bought was secondhand, had a tiny little bit of chipping on the top here, but much better than this one is. So anyway, I'll probably be selling this one for not much. If anyone needs one, if theirs is absolutely stuffed, but yeah, so I'll be selling this one for 20 bucks, 30 bucks, and I'll probably just throw the whole module in with it. But anyway, that's how you get it off. Obviously reverse cycle when you put it back in. It is a bit tricky putting this back down over the gear shaft, I guess you call it. It's a bit tricky. You actually have to give it a little bit of force and push it back down. Just make sure you don't be crazy with it, but just feel like you get it in about the right spot and just give it a good slip down over the top of that thing, and it should go on. And then just push it all the way down. Now I'll try and put that on now actually, so I can show you the other half. There we go, so that's back on. I've actually got that back to front, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. Now to put it back on, there's actually a little thing that I should mention. Get that out of here. To put it back on, now obviously you've got to get that little white pin back over the top of the little, the button trigger. There's actually inside here, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Get this guy to come over. Okay, I don't think it's going to show it, but inside here, it's too dark. Inside here, you can actually get your finger in, and there's a little plastic, it's just like a little, I don't know, like a little knob, a little hook. It's just inside where this manual mode shift over would be, and you can literally just put your finger in. You can feel there's a little knob that you can actually lift, and that lifts the top end of the pin. You can see that moving up and down. So it's easy to see. Once you get your finger in there, you can just feel it, and you just pull it up. Now that will allow you to actually hook that back onto the button. So all you need to do is literally, it's easier when it's in your car because it's all stable. You don't have to have it wobbling around like I do, but you just pull it up, and all I did was just push that button pin back down under it, and it clips over, and then just tuck it over there nicely so it doesn't look like it's gonna fall off. Pretty much easy as that. So again, that just comes off. All you do is just push the trigger under it, and it clips in. You can let it go, and the button will be back to normal working function. Don't forget, like I did, and put everything back in, and then finish it. Don't forget to clip this back down. Pretty straightforward, just pull it down. That's it. So that goes back down. Shift cover goes over the top. Obviously, when you're replacing all this, you will need to unclip the lighting indicator arrangement. That's just literally just pull straight out. I might like it'll be tough on this one, but because it's old. But yeah, you will need to, in order to give enough slack on this, you do need to unplug the lighting arrangement. It just unclips, but this one's a bit tough. Oh wow. Anyway, it does unclip. Oh, this one's actually got a little hook over it. The one in my car didn't have a little hook. Anyway, you guys will figure that out. But straightforward. So you don't just yank it off. There is a little clip system that you do have to release in order for it to come off. So it's mainly this little guy here that I wasn't really sure about. That was the tricky part for me. So anyway, thanks guys. Bye.